Alright, so the FIFA World Cup is starting in a week or two, so I thought I would do my predictions for the whole event. It's got a pretty interesting format that I haven't really talked about so far, but basically, all the teams are split into two groups, and it's a double round robin, and every series will be a set of two. So you play two matches regardless of how it goes, which is a pretty interesting format. And although maybe it's not the best format for competitive integrity, I do think it'll have some interesting results, and I do think it'll still be fun to watch. So let's get this started because there are a lot of results. Alright, so I've got England first, Netherlands second, Saudi Arabia third, Spain fourth, and they have to win a tiebreaker here against Belgium to make playoffs. Germany sixth, Australia seventh, South Africa last place, and here you can see all the results in more thorough detail. By the way, if you want to see my opinion on every one of these teams in detail, then check out my video about the tier list of every country, ranking every country in the FIFA World Cup, because I'm only going to talk about the teams for the most part that make playoffs. So yeah, I got these four teams for Group A. So now let's do Group B. Okay, so Group B, I've got first place France, second place Morocco, third place Brazil, and a fourth place United States. They win a tiebreaker against Chile. Important note that this United States team has actually changed to the new Gen G roster of Retzels, Magic Bear, and Cheese, because for whatever reason, the original roster of Atomic, Daniel, and First Killer declined. So yeah, United States team obviously will be a bit worse, but I still think they'll make it through. Although a close one here with Chile, Argentina here in sixth, Portugal seventh, and then Turkey here all the way in eighth, unfortunately. Let's get to the actual playoffs. This is what I actually want to talk about here, because I think for the most part these results, I mean they can definitely deviate. I think Belgium, for example, can definitely make it through. Germany can make it through. Australia might make it through, but I think it's a bit unlikely. And then here in Group B, Chile has a good chance, and then obviously Argentina is in contention too. But United States, I think, will be favorites to still make it ahead of those. Anyways, in the quarterfinals, now suddenly we're going to best of sevens. England for the United States against the United States. This is a dream matchup that I'd love. I absolutely would love to see this. How do I think it would go? It's a good question. It's a good question. I think it could be very close still. But I'm leaning towards England, I will be honest. I think I'm going to give this one to England. Question is, am I going to go 4-2 or 4-1? I'm going to say 4-2. But yeah, a good series there between England and the United States. Morocco versus Saudi Arabia. Man, that is a very good matchup. Who do I think will win that? I'm going to say Saudi Arabia in a game 7. Disappointing for Morocco. They're definitely coming into this one to win, but at least thinking if we go anywhere below top 4, it'll be a massive disappointment. So they'll be very disappointed not to make top 4 in this event. Next up is France versus Spain. I think this is a very fun matchup. Spain is always interesting to watch. They're very entertaining and very inconsistent in a lot of ways, I'd imagine. So I think this should be a good match. I think it'll be a game 6 in favor of France. Then I've got the Netherlands versus Brazil. Yeah, okay, this is a very good match, but again, I think Brazil are that bit better than the Netherlands. How far do I think it's gonna go? I'm going to say it goes to game. I'm gonna say it goes to game 7 there. So I got actually no, I'm gonna stick with it. All right, then my semi-finals here between England and Saudi Arabia. This is pretty much a rematch of Oxygen versus Falcons. to try to make top 4 in Worlds, except this is already top 4 in FIFAe World Cup. The only difference being Rise being here instead of Oski, of course. Who do I think will win? Well, based on Worlds, I think this is again a very close matchup. I think on Worlds, England and Saudi Arabia in the actual LAN matches were very, very close, or the England players, I mean. Who do I have winning this? Man, I am going to say Saudi Arabia in game number 6. So exact same result here. And then the other semi-final, France versus Brazil. Okay. So France is Vatira, Monkey Moon, and Zen. Do I think that they will win against Brazil? I mean, they're definitely the favorites. I think that's fair to say. But do they win? I think so. I'm going to say game 6 again. And then the grand final, Saudi Arabia versus France. Who do I have? I've gone for this Falcons team in like every single prediction so far. By that I mean I went for them in the Winter Major, I went for them in the EWC, I went for them in Worlds. 3 straight times in a row. You know, I correctly predicted they would make the grand final in 2 of those, but they did lose both of those, unfortunately. So I got both of those wrong, and then I predicted them to win as well in Worlds, and they lost out at top 4. And I'm finally gonna go the other way, and I'm gonna say in Game 7, France win the FIFAe World Cup. That's what I'm gonna say. I know, a pretty boring prediction, but you know, if it happens, if it ends up being right, then you know, then all's good. All is good. But yeah, that's my prediction done. Again, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. Very keen to talk with any of you that want to. And yeah, I'll see you later.